Hey, Aaron Oberholzer here for the iRT-5 hybrid with Machete rail technology or Machete rail system, however you like to say it. It's all the same thing and it's fantastic technology. And I want to talk to you guys today about a little bit about the benefits of the iRT-5 and what you can see and how you can use the iRT-5 and how it can make your golf game better as the average golfer. Because let's be honest, there's a lot more of you out there than there are of me. So we want to design golf clubs for you guys that make you better players. And this, I believe, is one of the best clubs that we've designed for the average golfer, for the average 5 to 25, 30 handicapper to help you guys get the ball in the air, play better golf, and hit better shots out of a multitude of lies. So let me talk about one of the biggest things that people get wrong with hybrids, and that's ball position, okay? I can't stress ball position enough with a hybrid because a lot of people want to think that you need to swing up on a hybrid. Well, there's a lot of reasons why guys do this and why you might be one of the guys that does it yourself. And there's a lot of reasons why you do this because number one, you might not have enough loft. Number two, the club might not be designed for you. It might not be a great design for you personally. You might have the wrong shaft in it. It might not be light enough, might not be flexible enough for you. We have a multitude of shaft options for you with the iRT-5, with the Machete rail system, and we want to make sure that you guys get the right one in your hands because if you do, your game's going to improve with this club. So let's talk about ball position really quickly, okay? So let's talk about the setup here. So if you can see, let's just go over the different ball positions, okay? Driver, okay? Driver's about there, anywhere from here to here with the driver. 3-wood, anywhere from here to maybe even one ball back of your heel, depending on how you want to hit it, okay? Remember, 3-wood, you're still down on a 3-wood because it's on the ground. Anything sitting on the ground or close to the ground, you're hitting down on it, okay? You have to. That's just the laws of physics. You can't swing up on something sitting on the ground or else you're going to skull it or hit it fat, okay? Now, let's go to where a hybrid should be. So even here, when I put this hybrid down, I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna thin that or I'm gonna catch the ground before the ball. I wanna get that ball first because it's basically an iron. And this is what you guys really need to understand. This club is an iron. That needs to be your mantra. This is an iron, this is an iron, this is an iron. Say that to yourself over and over and over again because that's exactly how you need to hit it, is like an iron. So let's move it back one more ball or two more balls to where the ball is about right here in your stance, about a club head back, okay? But this was designed for that, for this loft at 20 degrees, 21 degrees, which is what we have here. I'm gonna show you how effective this thing can be when you put it in basically, if you wanted to hit a low little wedge. I can put this thing in the middle of my stance and have the ball go up in the air and sail and not dig just due to the Machete rail system. So when you look at these rails, right here, you can see that this one's pretty straight, and all of a sudden, a little bit of curve, and then all of a sudden, big curve right here. You can really see the curve in that one towards the toe. There's a reason for that. Nothing's done without a reason. As you guys come over the top, some of you that do that, as you guys come over the top, what happens with a normal hybrid is that the toe grabs first, heel opens. It's physics, has to happen, okay? And then the ball goes where? Right to right, all right? With the Machete rail system, you guys come over the top, it grabs the turf, but the rail says, no, 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 no. Because it's curved this way, it goes, I'm gonna keep it square, 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 all the way through rather than opening up. So there's a method to the madness of why you do rails. That's number one. The other rails for another reason, the rails are there for another reason as well, to not dig into the turf, too deep into the turf, to not dig into the rough, not catch. It glides through the rough a lot nicer than your average hybrid because there's not a lot of surface area. Because the rails only create 25% surface area because it sits up a little bit. So when you get it in the rough, it glides on top of the rough and through the rough because it's not grabbing the entire bottom of the club like a lot of other hybrids on the market. Okay, so let me hit a shot for you, kind of explaining to you guys, showing you guys that you can actually hit this club from the middle of your stance. The one thing I would like you to do though, to do this, you don't have to do this, but I think it would be easier whenever you put the ball further back, you're gonna get to the ball a little quicker, right? So your body's gonna move and you're gonna get the ball a little quicker. So just choke up maybe a half an inch or an inch on the club, on the iRT-5, and I think that you'd have a little bit more control from this position, okay? So it's in the middle of my stance, and all I'm gonna do is just make a normal golf swing. Stay right on top of the ball and make a normal golf swing that I would normally make with a, let's say with a wedge, okay, from the same spot. There we go. I mean, that's incredible. I mean, I got that thing back where I would literally hit a wedge if I was trying to hit it under a coffee table, and I hit it as high or higher than my 6-iron flight. And I'm at the forward part of the tee, I'm on a downhill lie, and that thing launched like my 6-iron, which is roughly 15 degrees, 16 degrees, 17 degrees is a launch angle for my 6-iron normally. So if you're gonna launch a hybrid in the middle of your stance at 15, 16, 17 degrees, what do you think it's gonna do when you get it into the proper ball position? And on top of that, usually when you put the ball further back, the body tends to stop and you tend to stick the club in the ground and you tend to dig. Because of the Machete rail system, the club went right through the turf without any issues. Further back, usually sometimes what I call you crouch and plow, you plow right into the ball, and and you and the ball doesn't go very far, and or sometimes the divot goes further than the ball. Not with the Machete rail system. It's gonna get right through the turf without any issue, and it did right there. The rails did what it was supposed to do and keep the club gliding right through the turf. So I'm sold on this, and I think if you guys give it a shot, you're gonna be sold on it too. Go out there and work with it, because I think you're really gonna love it no matter where you put it in your ball position. But remember, the one thing that I can't have you guys do, that I really beg you not to do, don't put it too far forward. Make sure that it's between the middle of your stance and about a club head back of your left heel if you're right-handed, a club head back of your right heel if you're left-handed. So just reverse it for all you lefties out there who get one. So just make sure that that's where you kind of live in that ball position area. And if you can live in that ball position area, you're golden. You're gonna hit this thing great every time.